So for this afternoon, we will have a 1.5 hour session. Participants will be able to access PDF documents, create and save PDF documents, and convert PDF files. Now, to break it down in more detailed topics, this is basically what we're going to do today. So these are actually first, to be able to access PDF document, I'm going to show you different ways of opening a PDF document, how to browse a PDF document. And of course, that will include navigation and familiarity in our Adobe Acrobat DC application page. And then we will move on to create and save PDF documents. So we're going to create and save a PDF document from an existing document. I will also show you how to combine PDF documents and create what you call a portfolio. Okay, so you will see the difference between combining, multiple files into a single file and creating a PDF portfolio. And then at the last topic will be basically converting PDF files. In this session, we are going to show you how to reduce the file size of a PDF document. That is to be able to send your file easily via email. And of course, another way of doing it is also to optimize the PDF files. And lastly, we will convert and reuse PDF document content. So these are basically the different options that we have. Now at the end, before, so I might not forget, since we don't have any manuals in here, I actually gathered Adobe Acrobat informations. These are linked to some of the web pages, okay, that you could actually get actual information from Adobe Acrobat uh, site. And these are some of the topics that we are going to discuss today. So I will give you a copy of this PowerPoint deck, okay, and it could actually be found in our Transit University site that you could actually download anytime that you are available. So allow me to minimize this presentation and start with uh, Adobe. So let me click on my start, and there I see Adobe Acrobat DC. So I'm using an Adobe Acrobat DC. So let me activate that. Now we are now in this basic, okay, and our first view. This is the view that we basically have, and this is what you call the home view. Now, the home view displays when there is no open document. So no document is open right now. This actually gives you a quick access to your recent files. That's why you see here recent, and you see here the list of the recent files, right? Now, also it gives you some options on some of the shared files that you have, shared by you, shared by others, and other storage options, if you wanted to see files in my computer, or if there's any other account that you have to be able to see your files. Then, of course, the signature agreement that you have right there and the document cloud. Now, there is one option here called Start. What is a Start? And it's actually called Start. And this is a new feature. That's why you see the word new in it, right? What it actually does, it display your Start files as in a form of a card so that you could easily access. So what when you might ask me, what do you mean by start? When you star a particular file, right, you are marking it as an important file that you would like to access, okay, anytime or often, from your device. So for instance, there is one particular file. Let's say I have this Excel Basic 2016, it's a PDF file. You notice when I hover over it, there is a star next to it. So, and when you see the tooltip that says start this file, if I click on it, do you see on top that it actually created the start card? Okay, so this will always be in place. So when you open multiple files on a certain day, all of the files on the recent will be pushed down, but this will remain to be always on site. So you could easily access it. And that's what you call stored. When you have a lot of them, when you click on stored, and you are going to be able to see that. See that? And then again, I go back to that screen. Now this is the to unstar it, to take it out. Let's say you start working on it and you need to store another file, you could simply, you see that arrow right there, click on it and it will unstar that particular option. You could also turn off that option. In a little while, I'm going to show you how to turn off that option. But that's basically one of the view that we have. And this is what we call the home view. The other view that we have is what you call the tools. Do you see the option right there called tools? If I click on tools, okay, it will list all of the available tools that could be used in Adobe Acrobat DC. There you go. You see it right here. Tools are listed by category. They are create and edit. You know, you have to create, you have to combine, you could organize, you could edit PDF, you could export, you could scan, or you could actually use a rich media, and so forth and so on. There's a form and signature, there's a share and review, there's a stamp, there's a protecting standard. So it is by category, as you could see, in is what you call and refer to as the tools. When a particular tool is selected, a tool specific command or a toolbar in the document view of the file will actually open. So later on, once I start using one of this, you will see what I mean. Okay. Now, the third view that I would like to show you is what you call the document view, the view when the document is actually open. So when you open multiple PDF, each PDF opens in as a tab in the same application window. So in this Adobe Acrobat window, you could see multiple tabs on top, you know, that could actually allow you to be able to switch from one document to the other. So allow me to open a PDF document. So if I go to File and I select the option Open, okay, and I know I have my files on my desktop, so I could easily see it. I have exercise folder right there, and I have 4 different files, PDF files in here. Allow me to open 2 of them. So I'm going to open Excel 97 linking and embedding data, and I would use my control key and open up also Excel advanced auto filter notes, and I open both of them. And in few seconds, you now see the open file. So there is no slide title for this, but there's the linking and embedding. Those are the 2 files that I have right there. Okay, so that's basically how you could open it. And just like what I said, there will be a tab that would identify each of the file. And how do we close the file? Multiple ways. You could simply click on the X right there to close it. Or you notice I have here linking and embedding. There is a keyboard combination shortcut. If you press the Control W, that will allow you to close any of the PDF file open on your screen. Okay, so Control W is a shortcut to close any of the file that's currently open. So once again, allow me to open it, another file. So again, File, Open, and I would once again open the Excel 97 embedding, linking and embedding. I open it up and I have it right here. Now, I have this file open, linking and embedding, and I want you to take a look at my toolbar in here. And let's just go and learn a little bit or practice a little bit of navigation. If you could see right here, I have an arrow. An arrow would actually allow me to navigate to the next page, one page at a time. You could see the movement of the page in here, and you could see the movement of the file. I could move it up, I could move it down. Okay. I could also be able to switch right here. I had fit one full page, which I could use a full page right now, or and I could also use my scroll bar to move from one page to another. Take a look. The page number is indicated. I'm now on page 6 of 8. If I drag a little bit more, I'm on 7. If I drag up faster, I am now back to page 2. Now, you could also change, right, the way of scrolling it. So instead of having fit into one full page, I could fit to a with scrolling, which allows me to be able to scroll with this open palm. Take a look. If I do that, I could actually, when you're reading your file, this is the easiest way to move it instead of scrolling. Slowly, with the use of the open palm, will allow you to be able to move gradually to review the document in front of you. And that's the good use of that open palm. Of course, this will allow you to be able to switch from an open to a selection file to be able to select a particular. Now, this minus sign will zoom out to make it them look smaller, and the plus sign will actually zoom in to magnify it to bigger, or you could actually use this actual zoom dialog box right here to be able to select the size that you have desired. So that's basically what it is. Now, this is move page control out of the toolbar. If you wanted to move that particular toolbar out of the toolbar and be able to allow it to float, okay, so that when you don't need it, you won't have it, but when you need it, it will actually just pop up. But if you wanted to put it back, you move back to the top. That would allow you to move it back to the top. So those are some of the options. Now, if you right click to any of this, you notice that there are other tools available right now. So those are the first one that you have is the file tools, where you see it right here. You have your edit tools where you could see some of the editing tools, and you notice not all of them are checked. So if you need them, that's the only time you could actually activate them. If you wanted to see all of them, you simply say show all edit tools and you would see all of them, but that will make your toolbar too busy. And that's simply the reason why you always reset to the edit tools to minimize it to only what is actually like the important tool, or often commonly used tools will be actually seen on your screen. Now, this is the page navigation tool, which we have actually used. So if you would like to activate the previous ones, it's also right here. The page display right now this is basically the different ways of displaying your page. And then this is the select zoom, what you could actually see right now. So these are the different options. You could hide and you could reset all the toolbars if you would like to. But again, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. You could actually use any of those toolbar anytime you would like to, and reveal them when you need them badly for your document. Now, let me now show you a quick way of creating and saving a PDF document. You all know that, in once you have the program, so let me close this linking and embedding. So a while ago, I showed you that I could click on the X, I could use Control W. You could also use the option File, and you could say Close File to close any of the file, correct? Now, if I have a Word document and I have my Adobe Acrobat Pro off open, and I would like to convert that Word document into a PDF file, I don't have to open it in Word, like in Office 2016. If you have a Word document, you could actually convert it from Word into a PDF easily, right? I could give you a little review of that. But once you are in Adobe Acrobat, if you would like to convert any of the file, all you have to do is open it. So allow me to show it to you. If using the File menu and click on Open. So in my list of files, I will click on all files. I have here MS Word 365 references. It's a Word document, as you could see. If I open it, take a look. It's starting the application which created a selected document, and please wait. So give it a few seconds, and in few seconds you would see, there you go. There's my Microsoft Word 2016, Office 365, Microsoft Online references, okay, that I have in Microsoft Word, but now have been converted into a PDF file. That's how quick it is to be able to create a PDF file. So again, if to make sure it is right there, you see if I even go File, Save As, and if you would like to give me a few minutes, my computer is a little bit slow. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let me just click on the save button here. If it will do it better, it's not even doing it also. But you could actually save it as and give it a name on your document. So let me see if I could, oops, it's acting up. Yeah, it's file. If I save, it doesn't save. What's going on with my computer? Okay, let me see if I could close it, if it will get, there you go. If you want to save changes, I would say yes. And it should actually allow me to be able to save it. Whoops. Computer, you're not allowing me to save my PDF file. Okay. Let me have it. Let me leave it open for the meantime. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but you know that it would actually be able to save it. The other way of converting, a file is if you go to, let's say I would like to open, okay? Let me close this and say yes. Let's just see if that would actually give me now time to save it. If it doesn't, that's okay. I will just close this and I would say no. Okay. Now, another way of converting or creating and saving a PDF document, right, is basically, uh, this is one way of doing it. You see where you have tools, right? In the tools option, okay, do you see the create PDF option right here? And if you see where you have your create PDF option. So if I click on create PDF and I click on that option, it will open this create PDF. And remember, I told you the create PDF will give you like additional tools and options. So I will create a single file and I will select a single file. Let's say I would like to convert my February to June 2020. It's an Excel file, computer training schedule, and I would simply click on open. See it right there? And then I would simply see that the file, and I would simply click on create. Okay, and give it a few seconds, and it should actually start. There you go. Please wait, reading Adobe PDF, and it should actually, there you go. It has converted the file into what you call a PDF file. See? So it was now created as it is originally an Excel file. It has now been saved as a PDF file. So that's how simple and easy it is to actually create a PDF file using any documents that you have, whether it's Microsoft Word, an Excel file, or even a PowerPoint presentation. So again, let me see if I could save this. Hopefully, oh, it's giving me the save problem. It's actually giving me the options problem to save it. Okay, so I'm not going to save it for now. But that's basically how you would like to create it. Now, the next topic for this afternoon is how to combine the multiple PDF document. By the way, whatever I'm going to show you, if we will have time later on, I will ask for some volunteer so you could actually try to work and do it with me. Okay. You know how you would want to have your files combined. Um, One of the new feature here in Adobe Acrobat DC is the ability to combine multiple PDF documents. What it does is it will allow you to combine a wide variety of file type into a single PDF document or a portfolio. So first, I will show you how to combine it into a single file. And then later, I will show you how to create a portfolio so you could see the difference. Now, whether you use before you even save it as a combined file or to save it as a portfolio, you could arrange and remove any of the pages from any of the source document before converting the source file into a PDF document or portfolio. So, how do we do that? So, let me start again by showing you the file, and I will select the option Create. And from the Create, you notice there is an option here called Combine Files into a single PDF. So I will select that option. To everybody now see my screen. Okay, everybody can see my screen. Hold on for a second. Okay, so you now have the tools Combine Files. That's the tool that's now open. That's the Combine File tools. And these are the different commands within the Combine Files toolbar. Now, in here, you could either add the files by using Add Files option right here, or I could even use this option. Notice right here, it says Add Files by clicking the button below or drag and drop them here. So if you have it on your file, folder, you could simply drag each of the file, or you could simply click on Add Files. So let me show you how to add files. So I would use whether I use this or this, it will actually produce the same result. So I would click on Add Files, and I would like to add here Excel, linking and embedding data. And I will also use the Control key, add here Excel, Advanced Auto Filter, Notes, and I will open both of them. Do you see both of them right there? So I was able to add two documents. You know, sometimes you have documents or presentations or even files that you always are sending it, and let's say you were able to gather data from different people, but instead they are actually the same types of forms or the same content but coming from different people. So you might want to combine them to just one file instead of sending them individually, and you might just miss something. Now take a look. Both files have multiple pages. So if I hover into it, you notice I have this little tool that will allow me to expand it to 8 pages. So I could see all of those 8 pages. And just like what I said, I could actually navigate and move them around. You see that? So this one, if I would like to delete, I could say, hey, I could delete that. There you go. So I was able to delete it, right? So now I could actually even close it right there. Now, again, I could expand this and I have 11, pages. And then I could actually, again, collapse it. If I would like to view them, you see this? That will allow me to be able to view, them, to make them look bigger. Okay. And again, I click away from it and it will actually minimize. So now, can I add an additional file? Yes, you can. While you are there, again, by the way, you could also make it bigger. I made it smaller, but you could, I see the lever right here. That would allow me to be able to zoom to make it bigger. So I'm just going to make it smaller, and you could continue to add. If I click on Add Files, and let's say I would like to add, okay, MS Word, 365 references, and I click on Open, it could be added at the end. Okay, so those are the things that I could actually do. Now, just like what I've mentioned earlier, you could actually like drag and drop. So if let's say I have this, okay, let me just restore this and make this a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go to my exercise folder, and I would simply drag, let's say, this Excel intermediate. Let me see. Okay, I would like to add this add new office 2016. So I could actually go bring it over here, and there you go. That's how quick I was able to drag and drop, that particular file. So you could actually do that. So once you have done and you have everything that you wanted, you could simply click on combine files. So these 4 files, if I click on combine, will now be what? 4 different, at, there you go, combining slowly. There you go. It is now just simply one file. And if I click on the view here to see the thumbnail size, everything could be seen as one file, and the page numbers, accordingly have been a continuous file from 26 to 27 to 31. That's what happened when you combine them. And notice those are different files, not only PDF, but I was also using and combining a Microsoft file. Now take a look at the default name. The combined file is by default given a name binder1.pdf. So what you could actually do there is you could actually save this file, but I'm having some problem saving, but you could just go file and save as and give it a name. So I don't know for what some reason. A while ago, I was checking my application and it was working. All of a sudden, this afternoon, it's not working. My apology. But, I could always show it to you, some other time if you would come to my in-person class. You will be able to experience firsthand on to do all of these things. Okay, so that's the file combination. So allow me to now close this and show you now how to create. Let me see if it allowed me to save. It's still not saving. I don't know what's going on. But let me just close it, and no, I'm not going to save it for now, not to hold us back. Now, the next topic is how to create what you call a PDF portfolio. Now, what is the difference between that combined into a single PDF file and a portfolio? PDF portfolio is another option to combine a collection of documents into a single file. PDF portfolio are digital containers you could use to store and organize folders and files of various file type in a single location. In a PDF portfolio, the source document can remain in their native file format. If you notice, when I combined, all of them became one PDF file. When you are using a portfolio or creating a portfolio, they will stay to be in their native file format. If I put in a portfolio a Word document, they will stay to be a Word document. If it's an Excel file, it will be an Excel file. So this will allow the recipient to view and edit the individual files and folders in a PDF portfolio and save them as a standalone file or folder, or open the file in their native application for review and revision. So allow me to show that to you. So if you go to File and again select Create, instead of using Combine, there is a PDF portfolio down here at the bottom. So click on PDF portfolio. And once again, it will give me the create PDF portfolio option. Let me maximize this. Again, you could add files using this. And you could now take a look. You could add files or you could add folders. So I'm just going to add files. Once again, I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to select this. I will also select my PowerPoint presentation. So these are different things, a PDF, a PowerPoint. I will use, let's say, how to Microsoft Word, okay, and the October to December uh, city schedule, and I will simply click and open, and there you go. I have a PDF, I have a PowerPoint, I have a Word document, and I have here another PDF. Okay, and again, I could glide to make it bigger. There you go. And you are able to see each one of them. You could expand them to see how many copies, and there you go. I have this as my PowerPoint, and I could expand and see the different slide in my PowerPoint presentation. Just like what I said, you could edit it before you even uh, build the portfolio. So this one have a lot of pages. And then towards the end of my presentation, okay, there you go. I noticed that, there you go. I have this word, and this is the ending of the PowerPoint right there. You could actually, if you wanted to have a better look, you could actually click on that to be able to have a bigger look of it. Now, if you want to get rid of a specific page of this presentation, you could actually basically be able to do so by simply pointing to it, right? Selecting it and be able to press the delete button also. So there is, again, you could expand it to make it bigger, and you could also collapse it to make it smaller. Now, this is, again, my Microsoft Word, and this is another PDF file that I have here, October to December. If I would like to get rid of this, you see this? This is a trash can that would allow you to get rid of it. That's a delete button. So I could use that icon to delete the trash bin, or from your keyboard, you simply press the delete button to delete after selecting that particular file. So now, if I will now create a portfolio, take a look. So remember, I have a PDF, a PowerPoint, and a Word document. So when I click on create, what do you see right here? It is now a portfolio 1, right? And you could rename it, give it a name. But look on the right side when you to see the different view. This is the PDF file, this is the PowerPoint, and this is the Microsoft Word. Again, take a look. There's a preview so you could view it individually as an individual file, not, a single file. So if I go here, I could preview this, and I will be able to preview my PowerPoint presentation. And if I click here, I will be able to view this PDF file separately from the other files that you have. And all you have to do is to save this, of course, with a name. You could give it and call it a name like I will call it as computer portfolio. Okay, so those are computer files portfolio or collection portfolio, however you would like to give it a name. So that's basically with it. My apology once again, no matter what I do, it's not allowing me to save for some reason, probably because I was within another platform. So anyway, so let me just close this, and I'm not going to save it for now. But that's basically how you could actually create a portfolio and how to convert multiple files into a single file. Okay, so let me move on and continue. And we are going to convert a PDF file to another format. You know how when you have an existing, okay, files, and you would like to be able to email your file, right, into to somebody, and you would like to make sure that they're able to send it. some people, some of the when we used to have a consult, when we have always a question like, Maritas, I'm always sending a PowerPoint presentation, and because they have a lot of graphics, I have a hard time sending it by email. You know, that was before there was a share options in any of our applications. But you could still convert your PDF file and reduce them to a smaller file size of a PDF document. Adobe Acrobat DC allows you to reduce the size of your PDF files. It is actually handy for emailing files by reducing the size in the fastest and easy way. So I am going to just share with you. Let me see my files that we have right here. Let me maximize my file and take a look at the files I have here. I have I'm going to convert this PowerPoint, intermediate PowerPoint notes into a PDF file. So you know what? Instead of me doing that conversion, and I will show you how to reduce the size of that file, why don't I ask a volunteer for any one of you to be able to practice how to convert that PowerPoint or create and build it into a PDF file. Do I have any volunteer? You could put your name on the chat. You could raise your hands. You know, I could actually get a volunteer. Anybody? Rafa, can you see anybody volunteering in the chat
Not yet, man.
Q&A? Anybody would like to volunteer? Are you in a computer that you could actually work with me? Okay, just to convert one. Hey, Joanna, yes. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the option to be able to share. Okay, so I'm going to, oops, where's my, how can I give you the options now to Joanna? Pass keyboard. Okay, now you have my keyboard and mouse control. Can you move my screen? Can you move the mouse now, Joanna? There you go. You got it. Okay. So I want you to go to File. Perfect. Go to Open. Okay. And on the file type, can you click on the file type on the right where you see, there you go. Click on that drop down arrow. Select all files. Perfect. And I want you to select Excel 2016 Intermediate PowerPoint Notes. Perfect. Yes. And click Open. Give it a few seconds. Okay. Now, please wait. Reading Adobe PDF, and it is now a PDF file. Perfect, right? So it is now a PDF file. Thank you so much. And that's how easy it is to be able to convert. Thank you, Joanna. Let me take control from you again. Okay, so now we are now I'm going to show you now how to be able to reduce the size of this file. So when you are in a PDF on the actual file, right? What all you have to do, if you go to File and if you look at the Save as Other, do you see the option that says Reduce Size PDF, right? And if I click on Reduce Size PDF, the PDF documents need to be saved before. Do you want to save and continue? I would say yes. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to save this first. Let this an Excel 2016 Intermediate PowerPoint Notes. And I will put the number 1 at the end as a PDF file, and I would say save. Okay. Now, so look at the reduced file size. This actually would ask me, in the reduce size PDF dialog box, this is the dialog box from the make compatible with, you see this? If you click on the drop down arrow, all you have to do is to select Acrobat 8.0 and later. Okay, that so far was our version. And I would simply click on OK. And now it will ask me to save again, right? Once it brings you to the Save As dialog box. I will now give you a number 2 so that you could see the difference of the conversion. I will now save it. So now take a look, saving the file. You could see it down at the bottom as it is already doing the conversion, reducing the file size, okay? Okay, so now it was actually reduced. Let's take a look. I will go to the File Explorer and I would like to show you now the file size. Take a look at these two files. One, look at the size of the Excel 20 to 2016 Intermediate PowerPoint note. When the first time it was converted by Joanna, it was 5,990 kilobytes. But the moment we actually save it, right, to be able to reduce the size, it went down half, 2,795 kilobytes. See how great it is, right? So that's basically what it is. You know, that's how you actually reduce the file size. So let me go back to my PDF. Let me close this once again, okay? Now, another way of optimizing PDF file, right? Let me take a look at the sizes that we have. So these are big enough, right? But I'm still going to use this again, the bigger size. I will reopen this. So allow me to reopen that file, okay? And there is another way of opening, reducing the file size, and it's called optimizing PDF file. It's another way of reducing the file size of a PDF document. Now, the difference of this is there are more options that you have to select from, meaning you are optimizing, let's say, the color, the clarity, and all of those. So I'm just going to show you another way of doing it. So there's just a matter of deciding which one you would like to use. So allow me first to open this file, which is the PowerPoint one. Open it, and it's open right there, right? So if I go file, okay, and I say file, save as, you see it as other. And a while ago, oops, sorry, we were doing the reduced size PDF. There is another option called optimize PDF. If you click on this option, it will open the PDF optimizer. First thing I would like to show you is looking at the audit space usage. Click on it, and it will give me the total bytes size. So right now, the total size, let me write it down before I forget. It says it is what? Let me just write it down. 6,141,137 bytes, right? So that's the actual size right now. So let me close that. So this is where you actually make the necessary adjustment. So after running the space audit to see the size of it, right? So you see the actual size, you are now going to start optimizing the file. So right here, you notice it says setting is actually on standard, right? If you click on the drop down arrow, we will do the setting to select the mobile device. So I'm just going to do the mobile, make it compatible also to Acrobat 7 and later, so lower compatibility. Now in the images, you notice the images is actually selected, right? And on the images setting, this is the setting, right? And you notice the color images right there from the quality right there. So you see the quality, it says high quality. To reduce, to optimize it, you have to reduce from high, and we will put it to the minimum color image quality. Okay, so I just changed this and I would simply click on OK. Now again, I will change this to number 3. Okay, and simply click on save to start converting it. Take a look at how it's reducing and optimizing it. Now, if I go back now to my folder and you see the 3, oops, take a look at this. Look at the size, almost like a 0 thing. Actually, it should not be 0. There should be more, because if you go back to this, um, it just says 0 right there. But if you go back to file, and if you, once again, remember when we were doing the optimizing, or you go to the properties of it, you would see now the actual size right there. Let me see if I could show you the actual size. That's the size. 2,900. It's similar to basically like what you have on the two when we reduce from 6,000 to 2,000. There we go. 2,911,811 bytes. So it actually have reduced its size. Okay, and that's the 3. Okay, so that's how you could actually be able to see the actual size after you have optimized it. And that's basically how to reduce the files and optimize. Now, one last options I'm going to show you about the basics of this is basically how do I convert a PDF file to another format, putting it back to the original format. So we know that this is a PowerPoint, right, from before. So if I go to File, right, and if you see the export option, I would like to export this back to Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. And if you do it this way, there will be less, uh, there you go, I would call it Excel 23 PowerPoint Notes 3. I will save it and it will be saved as a PowerPoint. Allow me to save it and look at the exporting that will happen. Give it, oh, sorry. There you go. At least I thought it's not going to work. There we go. Did you see how it convert the file quickly from PDF back to PowerPoint with less tweak? You know how when you do it the other way around, using an Excel file, a PowerPoint program, it does not give you, it gives you a lot of flows or problem. But this one was able to convert it with no problem. Okay, so that's beautiful, right? Now, let me close this. What if I have, again, I would like to convert an Excel file. So allow me to open an Excel. I know this is an Excel file, October to December, that was converted to a PDF. So allow me to open it. So how do I convert it? Simply just like that. Again, I go to File and I go to Export and I go to Spreadsheet and I would say Microsoft Excel Workbook. And again, I would call it October to December. I'll give it 1. So that was the file I created, and give it a few seconds. It's open the file and boom. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. It's an Excel file. And finally, a Word document I'm going to open. So I know that this is a Word document that's new in Office 2016. Open it and convert this to Word. Again, export to Microsoft Word, Word document. This is the 2016, and simply save it. I'll give it version 1. Okay, and I would save it just for you to see the difference, and that's what it is. And that's how quick it is to convert a PDF file into a different format. Okay, so I would like to get some volunteer now to do the portfolio and combining files, even if we are not able to save, and then how to practice all of this conversion. Anybody would like to volunteer? I will close this, but we will open, you know, different files. Any volunteer, Rafa? Do you see anybody would like to volunteer?
Looking at the list. No one yet. Maybe I'll just pick someone from the list.
Okay. Anybody would like
You
to volunteer? Anyone? Nobody would like to volunteer with to do the work with Mauritius? Nobody would like to do a little extra work for Mauritius? Okay. So, okay, do you have any question before I have few more minutes, because I know that I could actually show you a little bit more about editing, and also manipulating pages in a document. You know, I could actually do that little exercise with you if you wish to, if nobody would like to volunteer. I would like to show you how to manipulate document pages in a PDF file. Okay. Any, nobody would like to volunteer, so I could maximize the time. Okay. So if there's no volunteer, because I have allotted some time to do that, I could actually be able to show you how to manipulate a document page. So allow me to open a file. Okay, so let me open a file, and I will get it from, give me a minute. I have, oops. Okay, give me a minute. I'm trying to look for my file. Mm. Oh, let me just get it from the desktop. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's say I would like to have, let me get this big file. Uh, okay, okay, I have this big file right here. Okay, and if you notice, okay, if you are in this file, you notice you're able to view your file on this side, right? So you could actually open it, and if I click, you notice I have here my tools, okay? And these are also the same tools. So let me hide it from this side. And on my tools, you see the first one, it says create PDF. The second one was combine, which what we did earlier. This is to edit. You know, briefly, I'll show you how to edit. But there is one file here called, one tool called organized pages. If I click on it, and it will actually give me the organized pages, you know, file toolbar in it. Now, what can I do with this? Now, you use the organize, pages tool in here to be able to easily move around your files. For instance, I would like to move around some of the pages from my presentation. So from here, let's say I would like to move, I have here, you see, I have here, I would like to move. All I have to do is click that. If I wanted to move multiple, I could select multiple files. Let's say I would like to select the today function. Okay, and I could hold the shift key and up to the date function. So these three files or three pages, I could actually move before the nested function. See how easy I could move multiple pages? So that's a purpose, one of the purpose of actually using this organized page. We could also extract a page from another document, okay, and be able to insert that page on your file. So you could actually do that. You could actually extract something. So let's say I would like to extract a page from another document. So I would like to open. Okay, so again, I will go open. Okay, and I will open another file and I will open, let's say, I am going to open my linking and I simply click and open. There you go. And I will have again my organized pages. Can you see my organized pages for this particular linking? Let's say I would like to select in here, just this page so that it will be an intro that I could actually use. So I selected this. And from here, I would select extract. Now, the moment I select the extract, there are two options that you see here. Delete pages after extracting. So if I extract page 1, it will be deleted from here. Now, if I simply select the option extract pages as a separate file, it will be just extracted from here and it will create it as an individual file. So I would say extract. There you go. And I would just call this as page 1. Okay, so that it's easy to remember. And again, it is in that folder. Select the folder. Oops, folder. I would select the exercise folder. Select folder. There you go. And now, once I have done that, right? So I was able to extract this page, right? I am now going to switch to my Excel 2016 intermediate. And at the end of my page, right, I could actually insert from file and from my exercise folder. Let's look for that specific page 1. Did it go here? It did not extract properly. What's going on with my thing? Let me do it once more. Let me extract this, extract this. Okay. And extract it to my exercise folder. Okay, select folder. Okay, there you go. Do you want to overwrite it? Says. One second. It didn't go properly. Okay. Now, if I minimize this, go back here, and now I insert, and from file, and from exercise folder, it should actually give me the, there you go, that one. After page, what page is it? I would like to, let me put it to page 96. 96. And I click OK. And there you go. See? how I was able to, it just took a longer time for me to save it. I don't know. So my Adobe Acrobat is acting up a little bit, but you see how I was able to, instead of using the regular copy and paste, this will actually allow you to be able to do so. Okay. So you could actually be able to bring it over by extracting it and then inserting it. Now, so that's what you call the organized pages. So once you're done with it, you could simply click on close and that will allow you to close. If I'm done with this for the close, I could close this and I could close this. Now, if you would like to do a little editing. So let me close this and open another file. I'm not going to save any changes. I'm going to open another file. I am just going to what's new in Office 2016. There you go. This is a simple document. Now, if I have my edit PDF, take a look. The edit PDF would give you this different tools to be able to work on. So you could actually edit, you could add text, you could add image, you could create a hyperlink, you could crop pages, you could add headers and footers, watermark, and more. You could even take a look when I click on the selected text, right? If I select this heading and take a look, I could actually make it bold. Okay, so you could do all the different formatting options just like anything else. I could do the bold. I could even change the color. If I would like to change it, instead of the blue, you might want to replace it with the dark red color right there. Okay, so I selected again. I could just make the selection and make it bold. See how you could actually do all of those little options, the little editing. Those are the way you do it. In most of you are familiar in editing your document in Microsoft Word. Once you have converted your Word document into a PDF file, if you have Adobe Acrobat, you could do simple editing. However, I would recommend that if you are planning to do massive changes, do it from the original source file. If it's Microsoft Word, do the massive change or editing in Microsoft Word and just convert it back uh, to what you call a PDF file. Okay, so that's are some of the options that we have in here. So you could actually do all of those. You could even add the headers and footers. So if you take a look right here, I have here my page numbers. I could even, if you click on headers and footers, you could either add or you could update. Okay. And if you click on update, if you click OK, my program right now is not working. There you go. It's finally open. So you notice it actually would, when you are doing a headers and footers, it will give you a preview down here at the bottom. From here, if you would like to put, let's say, page numbers, date format, or page range options, these are the different options that you could go into, or the appearance option. So let's take a look at the page number and date format. You already have a page number, but if you click on the date format, if you wanted to insert a date, there you go. There are different types of date format. You know how you would like to put a date on your document so you know when was the last time you edited a particular file, especially if you're frequently editing them. So you could actually select the date format that you wanted. So if you would like to have the double month, double date, double year, you could actually do that, okay? And you simply click OK. So if you wanted to insert a date, let's say on your left footer, and you say insert date, that's the format that you're going to see on your footer right there. Okay, that's how it actually works. So if you would like to take it out from there, and let's say you would like to put it on the right header text, you could also insert your text right there. So that's your upper right header text. So once you have done with it, depending on what you wanted to do, apply to multiple files, you simply click on OK right there, and you will see the date right up on the very top. You could also put watermark into your document. So in here, just like any other watermark, if it's just a draft, you could simply type the word draft. Okay, so people could actually see that this is simply a draft, and you could actually rotate it to 45 degrees. There you go. Opacity from 100% when it's to make it like a little bit lighter. There you go. So then appear on top of the page the way it looks like it's on the top. If I wanted to put behind the page, it is actually underneath. So you could actually, if you think that's the right opacity, if you click OK, and there you go, you could actually see it. And it is actually just the watermark that you would like to have. Okay, you could add images, if you have any place for your document to add any images, you could actually do your image right there. So you could actually add image, and if I have any pictures, I could actually pull out a picture and add it. That's what you have to do as an image. So that's basically let me see if I could find a document that I have. Okay, because this is an additional information I'm just sharing with you. But let me see if I could go to a page at the bottom. Okay, there you go. And I think I could just simply show you how to add image. Very simple. If I have a picture right here and I have, let's say, Benjamin Franklin, and I click on open, and take a look. There's Benjamin Franklin, and I could click, and that's how easy it is to add image. Beautiful, right? So that's basically, and you could center it on your document. And that's how simple it is to be able to add image. So all you have to do again, you click on add image and actually do it. Even how to add text would allow you to just simply click add text anywhere you would like to insert a text within your actual document. So those are the things that we're going to do. On the second level, or probably in the intermediate level of this, I am going to show you basically how to create those hyperlinks, as an option, and how to add other page elements, and basically how to, oh, um, probably what I could quickly show you. Okay, let me just save this, close this. Yeah, why not? Save it. Okay. Um, you know that in the basic Microsoft Word and Excel, you still have that option of converting it. If I am in Microsoft Word, and if you have there you go, you could easily go file, save as. If you have Adobe Acrobat application, it's just good to know and note. Once you have an Adobe Acrobat DC in your computer, save as Adobe PDF becomes an available option in your Microsoft Word or in Excel or in PowerPoint. If you do not have Adobe Acrobat on your computer, then you could still convert any of the Microsoft Word as a PDF using the Save As, but then, once you are going to start saving, you have to make sure that you always select the PDF option as the file type, and always open the file after publishing. So you could actually, let me give this a number 2 so that you could see, and you could actually still be able to convert it with no problem. Now, my suggestion to you, when you're opening a file, so that it will not open as a read only, you could probably have encountered a problem that when you're opening a file, and you just open it from a folder, you double click on it as a PDF, it will open on a read only, Adobe Reader. Make sure you open the Adobe Acrobat application so that to be sure that it will be open as a PDF file that is editable instead of the PDF read-only files. Okay, so basically that's what it is. Unless you wanted anybody last call, I could do a little practice. Anybody? I could do a little more practice with you if you want me to practice. Okay, if you don't, basically that's it. That's it for today. If for our Adobe Acrobat Basic, and you will receive a notification for any of the video recording for this, and of course the copy of the file, which is, I mean, the PowerPoint deck, so you could actually have all the references in it. Okay, so if you don't have any question, and I would like to say goodbye to everybody.